What fragrance would you love to smell on a man? Mona, you need to let us know if there's oud in this fragrance because I smell it, girl. Perfume that reminds you of your ex. Why am I blushing? I should not be blushing. The first perfume you wore with your first love. But when I got into uni, I remember dating this guy. I don't think my first love was rich like that because I have hugged somebody who was worn that fragrance and the fragrance sort of, you know, rubbed off on my my people, welcome back to my channel. And if it's your first time seeing my face, then salutations. My name is Priscilla, aka Prissy, aka Sisi, aka Ila, aka Silla, aka Miss Prissy baby. And I make videos to help you smell good, look good, and feel good. So if that's something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing, like this video, and let's get right into the video of today. So today is not a perfume review. We're doing a bit of a chit-chat fun video that was originally filmed by Mona Katan and Demi Rawlings, and today I'll actually be collabing with another fantastic YouTuber that I absolutely love watching, enjoy watching. When I just started YouTube, I used to get a lot of inspiration from her, and her channel name is OBSY INYANG. Guys, if you are not subscribed to OBSY, trust me, you want to go check her out. She talks a lot about, you know, Hungary. She talks about fragrances. She's just a generally cool chick. I mean, she does a lot of try-on hauls. Just click on the link in the description box. Go subscribe to her. Go check her out and find out what she's all about. Trust me, it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay. Anyways, today's video is a collaboration video with her. She would also be making her own fun and fragrance video. So today's video is a fun and fragrance video. We're going to be having a bit of fun. You guys are going to be learning a bit more about me, and of course we're going to be talking fragrances. We can't leave the fragrances out. Somehow we have to find a way to bring fragrances into every video. So if that's something you're interested in, without further ado, let's get right into the video. So it's going to be like a question answer kind style video. The first question is, what was your first fragrance? Guys, I spent a lot of time trying to remember what my first fragrance was, because you don't know nothing. And I will be lying if I come here today and tell you that I remember what my first fragrance was, because I don't remember. Jesus! But excuse me, I'm sure that whatever that fragrance was, I got it from my mom, from her perfume collection. Maybe one that, you know, she had one and it was almost finishing and I went and took it or something. But I'm sure whatever my first fragrance was, it was from my mom's collection. It could have been anything from maybe Organza by Givenchy. It could have been Carolina Herrera 212 for women. It could have been, you know, it could have been any of these fragrances. I don't remember what my first fragrance was. But if you ask me what is the first fragrance I really remember purchasing for myself in my adult life,
one eternity later,
and maybe, just maybe, I'd say La Vie est Belle. That was when I started to really, no, actually it's not La Vie est Belle. I'll probably say, oh my god, guys, this question, because it could either be Tom Ford Black Orchid, because La Vie est Belle was uni in my masters, and I was wearing Tom Ford Black Orchid Versace Crystal Noir for my first degree. I honestly cannot remember what my first fragrance was, but I'm sure whatever it was, it must have been nice, because it would have been from my mommy's collection. Love you, mom. Okay, next question. What was the first perfume you wore with your first love? What was the first fragrance that you wore with your first love? And I think the way I understood this question was, what was the first fragrance that your first love sort of bought for you, or the first fragrance you remember your first love buying for you? Now, I don't think my first love was rich like that, because I mean, secondary school, so I don't think he was that decked out, and all he knew was Arsenal, and it must have been Arsenal notepads and all of that stuff, like Arsenal. He was such a huge fan of Arsenal, and he, you know, yeah, anything I would have gotten from him would have been like Arsenal souvenirs. But when I got into uni, I remember dating this guy who, I think I've always loved fragrances actually, who bought me, why am I blushing? I should not be blushing.
Cut the cameras.
But anyways, I remember him buying me Calvin Klein Euphoria, and I absolutely loved that fragrance. Somebody eventually begged me for that fragrance and took it off me as a result of duress, you know. But yeah, it was Calvin Klein Euphoria. That was the first perfume gift that I really remember getting from somebody that I wore for a long time and I really liked and loved. Okay, moving on. A perfume that reminds you of your ex. A perfume that reminds me of my ex. I'm going to talk about like my ex from uni as well. It would be Paco Rabanne. Oh, God, I don't know how to pronounce it. 1 million. It was a fragrance I used to get for him, and I think if I ever smell that fragrance, it would immediately remind me of him. So I think I'll say Paco Rabanne 1 million. The next question is, I'm just checking how much time I've got. I don't want this video to be too long. The next question is, what perfume reminds you of your mom? This is another difficult question because my mom owns a lot of fragrances and always smells amazing and different at different times. But if I was to pick classic perfumes that I remember of my mom from when I was a baby or when I was very young, it would be Aden Cacharel, it would be Fahrenheit by Christian Dior, it would be Chloe, but not the Chloe you guys know. There used to be this Chloe Narcisse. I'll put a picture up here. And it will be Beautiful by Estee Lauder. Yes, Beautiful by Estee Lauder. So these are some older perfumes my mom used to own. I mean, she's become current now. She's joined the youngies and is a bit more, you know, in tune with modern day perfumery. But these are like old perfumes that I remember my mom used to wear in the 90s. Also, I thought I'll throw it in here and say a perfume that reminds me of my grandma is Elizabeth Arden Red Door. My grandma doesn't wear any other perfume but Elizabeth Arden Red Door. That's her perfume. Like, if you want to get my grandma anything, grandma, what should I get you? Elizabeth Arden Red Door. Elizabeth Arden Red Door. Or she will say, I don't even know if she even really remembers the name now. She just say, that perfume you always buy for me. And you just know it's Elizabeth Arden Red Door. Do not try and unsettle the old woman. Just get her Elizabeth Arden Red Door and we'll all have peace. I am the one. Moving on to the next question. What fragrance would you suggest for a first date? Now, a fragrance that I would recommend for a first date, in my opinion, I will go girly, I'll go floral. I would try and go a bit easy because you don't know if, you know, this person can handle the heat. Even though if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the kitchen. But just to, you know, ease them into it. And I also like to smell very feminine and girly. So a fragrance that I would recommend for a first date would be La Vie est Belle. I've got the flanker here called something Printemps, Bouquet de Printemps or something like that. I am the one. But yeah, I'll definitely recommend La Vie est Belle for a first date. I just think it's very floral, girly, feminine, you know, easy on the nose. It's a crowd pleaser. You can't really offend anyone. And it's a really good way to like ease them in. And then you start to, you know, give them the bangers. But first dates, easy, La Vie est Belle. Yeah? Moving on to the next question. Fragrance. What fragrance would you wear for a job interview? Okay, this is a bit of a difficult one, and again, it really does depend the industry that you work in. But if I was going for a job interview, a fragrance that I would wear, well, first of all, how I would like to smell, I would like them to be able to smell me, but not in a way that is too overpowering. Obviously, you want to smell good, you want to smell nice, but you don't want to choke anybody out, you don't want to offend anybody. So a fragrance I would wear for a job interview would be Marc Jacobs Decadence, and that's because every time I have smelled this on somebody in an office environment, I have always loved it. That's why I picked this fragrance. This fragrance always reminds me of colleagues. It reminds me, there's a girl who used to work in the office I used to work in previously. she wore this. I used to love it every morning when she came into work. Recently, a colleague of mine walked past, she had this fragrance on, and I absolutely loved it. So I was just like, you know what, it's like this fragrance is very common with colleagues, you know. So that means it works in the office environment, it works in the work environment. I was not offended by this fragrance when I smelled it on colleagues, so I definitely recommend this as a nice fragrance to wear for a job interview. It's fruity, it's got that note of saffron, but it's also got it's a bit spicy, and it's got the note of plum as well, so makes it a bit fruity. I really do like it. I definitely like it. It's quite affordable as well. So yeah, Marc Jacobs Decadence is what I would recommend for a job interview. Next question, a fragrance that goes with you everywhere. Okay, I had to think long and hard about this one. Why am I laughing?
Why are you running?
But a fragrance that goes everywhere with me, like if I was going anywhere, I'll pack this fragrance. In all honesty, I wanted to put so many things, but I'm like, Priscilla, when you're packing, what fragrance do you find that you always pick up? And the fragrance that I always pick up is C by Giorgio Armani. This fragrance is my signature scent. I wear it a whole lot. I'm just going to wipe that and just see if the camera will focus on that. So yeah, that's C by Giorgio Armani. It's like a fruity chipper.
What?
I don't know if that's correct pronunciation.
Okay, so what did I not pronounce?
And chipper. I'll put the name on the screen. Chipper. That's what.
Oh my god.
That's how they wrote it. It's a fruity chipper, woody, sweet sort of fragrance. It's got cassis in it, which is like the leaves from blackcurrant. I think this is such a beautiful all year round fragrance. It is my signature scent. This is what I smell like most times. If you're trying to imagine what I always smell like, I tend to always smell like, you know, C. Even though very recently my signature scent has become Intense Cafe by Montal, which is what I was considering putting on the list, but C has stood a longer test of time. You know, Intense Cafe is a recent love for me. So yeah, the fragrance that goes everywhere with me, I always digress, is C by Giorgio Armani. Next question is, what is your favorite celebrity fragrance? And this was an easy one for me. I didn't have to think too long and hard, even though there's a second place, which is Jennifer Lopez's Promise. Loads of people don't talk about that fragrance, but that fragrance is always in my handbag. It's like my top-up fragrance. But my favorite celebrity fragrance has got to be Ariana Grande Cloud. I mean, this fragrance takes the cake in my opinion. It's like a dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. So if you want that Baccarat Rouge 540 fragrance smell, you know, scent, but you're not willing to spend that buck, then obviously you may want to go for Ariana Grande Cloud. It's a beautiful, you know, creamy, sweet fragrance. Has got that additional coconut notes which Baccarat Rouge hasn't got, but you won't really smell the coconut notes in this fragrance. I think it's beautiful, it's sweet, it's sugary. It smells like burnt sugar, you know. And yeah, so my favorite celebrity fragrance is Ariana Grande Cloud. The next question is a fragrance that makes you feel sexy. Did I have to say it like that? Did I have to say it like that? Like sexy. But a fragrance that makes me feel sexy. Is from the house of Kayali, and it's Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. I don't know if it's because of the spicy notes in this fragrance. I don't know what it is, but whenever I wear this, I just feel like I feel
happy, I feel grateful, and I feel fulfilled.
I just feel like a different person. I feel like I've come with the spice, you know. We Nigerians, we say atarodo. Atarodo is hot pepper, you know. When the pepper is flaming hot, you know, it just makes me feel hot. It makes me feel sexy. It also has got that pink pepper note. Maybe that's why I'm feeling like, oh, you know, it makes me feel sexy. But this is a beautiful, woody, spicy rose fragrance. It's, you know, kind of sweet, kind of spicy, kind of woody. It's a lot of things, and I do really like the house of Kayali, and this is a fragrance that makes me feel sexy. Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. If you're looking for something woody, then you may want to try this. Wood is not mentioned as one of the notes, but guys, trust me, between me and you, this fragrance smells a bit oody. Mona, you need to let us know if there's oud in this fragrance, because I smell it, girl. I smell some oud in that fragrance. Guys, I can't believe it's almost over. This is the last question. Oh. The last question is, what fragrance would you love to smell on a man? Now I need to answer this question well. Let me arrange myself to answer this one, so that, you know, I might just be passing a subtle message to somebody out there. Anyways, the fragrance I like to smell on a man, there are a couple, but I'll mention two. First fragrance I like to smell on a man. Oh, did I go out of focus there? Okay, no, I'm back. We're back. First fragrance I like to smell on a man is Tom Ford Ombre Leather. I like that fragrance. Not a fan of leather, but I don't mind leather on men. Like, absolutely love it. Whenever I smell it on somebody and I ask, what have you got on? It's ombre leather. I'm like, okay, it means I like this fragrance. Second fragrance I like smelling on a man is Creed Aventus. I love that fragrance. Not for me. I don't, you know, I went and actually sampled the Creed Aventus for women, like for her. It smells very similar to Silver Mountain Water, which I already have, so I will not be purchasing Aventus for women, but I do like Aventus for men. I think it's long lasting. I think the projection on that fragrance is fantastic. I have hugged somebody who has worn that fragrance, and the fragrance sort of, you know, rubbed off on my clothes, and I got home and I was still smelling the fragrance. So yeah, there's probably something about that fragrance, you know. Yeah, so yeah, Creed Aventus and Ombre Leather by Tom Ford, fragrances I love to smell on a man. And that's it, guys. Those are all the questions. Remember to go on OBSY INYANG's page. She will also be doing this tag video. It's a fun and fragrance tag, and you all are welcome to also do yours, because it's, you know, it's a bit of fun, and I don't know, I didn't have any drink. I should have actually had a drink, you know, whilst filming this video. A bit boring of me, but there you go. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video regardless. Go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Guys, you need to like, share, and subscribe. And until I see you again in my next video, I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Stay beautiful, stay blessed, and bye.